What is news? Is it international information? Is it up-to-the-minute gossip from friends? According to two industry professionals and the editor of the USF school newspaper, news can be anything important to the audience listening to it.
I think it's something that is important to educate the public about.
It's really, individual perspectives. It could be something that's affecting a particular individual or a particular community, in real time.
News can be anything that's of interest to people.
Despite the definition of what people have come to see as news, this begs the question, where does news come from today, and what does the future hold?
To date, it's really been the mainstream media that are, covering politics and the presidential elections and really providing their view of the world and their particular perspectives and their particular angle and their particular bend, if you will.
I really believe that there is not such a thing as one source of news anymore. Because if you're going to CNN, you're getting, well, let's put it this way. If you're going to your local newspaper, they've already referenced CNN, they have gone to Washington Post. It's all such a mix. And so I think the best and most trustworthy source of news is more than one source of news.
CNN's iReport.com makes it possible for amateur reporters to create their own stories and get in the network's daily news report.
These are people all over the world and all over the country. They got out their little cameras and started recording in the streets last night as this celebration began. So here's a look at a sample of what we're seeing.
Obama is president, y'all, and it feels so good. Obama 08! Obama! Let's celebrate in the streets, y'all!
And Christy, we hope that other folks are going to get in on this as well. Send us your video, your pictures by going to iReport.com.
Hello CNN, my name is James Knott and I'm in Columbus, Ohio, where the weather has just changed from light fluffy snow to this icy, rainy, wintry mix. The roads are disgusting, the airports are canceling flights, but I'm having fun because I have the day off of work.
Citizen journalism can manifest itself in several ways. iReport.com is one example, but the internet is exploding with user-created news shows based on any and every topic.
Twitter Early is a new website that scans Twitter and looks for links that people are talking about the most. It then assembles them on its home page, making this a really great news source. It's got the same community appeal as Dig, but without the need to actually go out and vote on something. Instead, just twittering about a subject and giving the URL is considered a vote. And the more links, the more it rises. Kind of like how Google uses PageRank in its algorithm.
Greetings, minions. I'm Empress Red, and this is the M3 Radio Independent News. So, since the bailout, what's happened? Stock markets in the US fell when it was announced. World markets followed suit. Banks closed, businesses aren't hiring, credit is almost impossible to find, and the companies who received a boost from the bailout went back to ask for more. Even Stevie Wonder in a coal mine could have seen that one coming.
More and more, news looks at social networking sites for inspiration on what stories to cover. Twitter.com, an up-to-the-second personal status and information site, tells news outlets what their audience is talking about.
Just got to work! Sitting in my chair now! Anyone know any good apps for my iPhone?
Craig, what are you doing?
I'm twittering. Did you get my tweets? I just twotted all over the place.
Uh-huh. What's Twitter?
It's the latest social networking micro bloggy thingy.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Damn it, Darren! You are a young, hip, tech-savvy 20-something, and I will not let you turn into my father! Come on!
Where are you taking me?
Into the Twitter sphere!
Twitter!
Whoa. What is this place?
It's a magical world! With Twitter, you can tell everyone what you're doing or thinking at all times!
I mean, I heard that when the latest earthquake that happened in San Francisco, I can't remember, it wasn't a very big one, but everyone was twittering about it or tweeting about it. I don't know what the verb is, tweeting about it. And imagine if someone had like a really funny thing happen to them or something really tragic, and there's like maybe a few people that happened to, and they're on Twitter. I mean, you can find them there. You can search for it. There's no faster way to cover breaking news than to, I mean, I think now anyone who's a breaking news reporter must go to Twitter search when things are happening like that, because it is the fastest way to get in touch with people who are interested in talking about what you are covering.
Facebook.com, an international networking site, is also a constant presence in the news, not only as a source, but as an audience communication tool.
It's very easy to use Facebook. It's free, first of all. We update what's going on before, during, and after the show, kind of almost like Twitter, if you think of it that way. We post videos, pictures from the show, some of it exclusive only to our Facebook fans. And most importantly, we like to connect with you, our viewers, our fans. And most of your comments we do often use on the show. So it's a great way for all of us to connect with you and for you to connect with us.
That's right.
So, Peter, you know this. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been asking our fans to post videos telling us how the recession has changed their lives. Now, we've played a few of them on the air here. Of course, we still want more. So, Peter, why don't you give people a basic explanation of how they post those videos?
Sure, it's very easy. If you have a webcam or a video camera or a cell phone even, just upload it. Download it to your computer, upload it to your Facebook account, and then send a link to us. So you can even tag it, into our Facebook account, or directly email it to us at wnn@abcnews.com.
In the biggest election in history, Facebook took a front row seat.
History. Experience Barack Obama's Inauguration Day with your friends on Facebook. Now you can watch live on CNN.com, view comments, and update your Facebook status all in one place. It's an online viewing party on CNN.com with all your friends on Facebook, live as history happens. Inauguration Day with CNN.com and Facebook. Be a part of history.
Can these people helping the news to gather and report information be considered full-fledged journalists?
I mean, there's a very fine line between, someone that's gone into journalism as an vocation and others that perhaps have that talent, have that desire, have the, creative energy and spirit to express themselves and share and report from, their particular area. So I think there's really it's a very gray area between them.
Who's to say they really even are who they say they are?
When you hear about something being all over the blogosphere, when you hear about something that everybody's talking about on Twitter, how could that not be news? Mm-hmm. And so I think that finally news organizations are figuring out that if everyone's talking about it, there's a reason. That's reason enough to pay attention and to figure out what do we want to do about that.
User-created content continues to grow as a source of sharing information. It has changed the face of how the news is trusted and gathered, and will continue to do so as long as the technology is easily accessible as it is today.
It opens it up to the whole world rather than to, companies or now large corporations that, have a fleet of folks that are out there beating up news and drumming up news, I guess is the word, and to a certain extent sensationalizing it.
I think to get normal people's experience in there along with the official report lets you see the whole picture, whereas just one side never does.
As newspapers are kind of struggling to stay afloat and all news organizations are kind of trying to figure out what's the next model, how are we going to keep going? I think that user-generated content has been sort of like a beacon of hope.
Some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said